Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyveganrecipes.net. Today I'm coming to you from what Phil and I like to refer to as the Kale Forest. If you can see behind me, there's a whole ton of kale going on here. Phil planted a whole bunch of kale just in amongst the garden because we had a whole ton of seeds. There's some back there. We had all these seeds for sprouting kale. We weren't eating them very quickly because if any of you have had kale sprouts, they've got quite a flavor. And so we weren't using them, so we thought, why not just plant? So right now the plants are really young and so delicious. So what I'm doing is I've just been going around and cutting off the biggest leaves from various plants and using them in smoothies, in salads, in soups, in pretty much anything. And then if I keep cutting these nice young leaves off, then the kale plant keeps growing, but I get some yummy young kale to eat. It makes me happy every single time I come to the Kale Forest, especially because, as Phil says, the plants are so thick here that we really do have to thin them out. He's been pulling a few of the entire plants out. I usually just pick a few leaves that are crowding each other. Anyway, it makes me happy. I feel like it's my duty to eat them. All right, so I got my kale inside and rinsed off, and now what I'm gonna do is just chop it up a little bit because even though they are young and fresh, they're still a little bit too big to fit in my mouth. Well, I could if I really want to. The great thing about these young leaves is that they're a much milder flavor than a full-grown kale, so you can put them in your mouth and just eat them if you want to. Or you can chop them up and make them into a ridiculously delicious salad. So that's what I'm gonna do, show you that. So the young leaves are great just like this, but if you don't have those, then I would probably just sprinkle a little bit of salt on there, or herbamare, my favorite stuff. Sea salt mixed with dried herbs and dried vegetables, and then massage by just rubbing it with your hands. But like I said, these fresh young leaves don't even need that, so I'm gonna leave it just like that and get chopping up some vegetables to go into my salad. I'm gonna do a cucumber, well, some of a cucumber. Some of you may have these growing in your garden already. If you're down south, I unfortunately do not have them yet, but I can get them at the store. So throw some of those in. And some cherry tomatoes, also something that some of you may be lucky enough to have, but I gotta just stick with the kale. It's okay. I'm happy with the kale. Kale is my friend. All right, and I've got a carrot chopped up that I'm gonna toss in there. The last thing I'm gonna add is an apple. I really love to put fruit in salads, especially in the summer. I like to have just a little bit of sweetness in there. You might find that this helps for people who don't like salad to add a little bit of fruit. Sometimes I put grapes in, they are awesome, or plums, or pears, or when they're ripe, peaches are amazing. Plus, when you put some fruit in here, you can take a bite while you're making it. Okay. There's our salad all together. For a dressing, what I'm gonna use is some of my Indian red lentil dip. If you thin it out a little bit, it makes a fantastic salad dressing. And this is one type of bean dip that you don't even need a blender for, or a food processor. I was talking about blenders and food processors on the nutrition blog today. You can check that out at healthyeatingstartshere.com. Okay, time to get this on a plate and get eating it. So you'll see all of the lovely veggies and fruits falling out of the kale there. And one thing I'm going to do to finish it off is put a few cashews on top because they're so yummy. All right, even if you are not lucky enough to have a kale forest like I do, I hope you will make this salad for yourself because it really is delicious and healthy and super easy. So I hope you enjoy it. You'll find the recipe at healthyveganrecipes.net, and I'll see you guys next time.